Have you ever wondered how a war could trigger a global energy crisis? The answer lies back in the 1970s, a decade that was marked by a seismic shift in the global energy landscape. This story begins with the Yom Kippur War of 1973. The Yom Kippur War was more than just a conflict between nations. It was a catalyst that precipitated a chain of events leading to a worldwide energy crisis. Egyptian troops attacked Israel and enforced a blockade on the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. This strategic move cut off Israel's oil supply from Iran, leaving the nation scrambling for energy resources. In response to this conflict, the OPEC oil cartel, a conglomerate of the world's major oil-exporting nations, took a stand. They decided to hike oil prices, a move that sent ripples across the globe. But the effects of this war didn't stop there. Arab members of OPEC took it one step further and initiated an embargo on oil sales to the United States and the Netherlands. This action was in retaliation to the military aid these nations had extended to Israel. This embargo lasted until March 1974, and during this time, oil prices doubled. This sudden surge was a hard blow to the global economy. Western countries found themselves in a tight spot and had to implement energy rationing measures to cope with the crisis. The geopolitical landscape was also thrown into disarray. Western unity crumbled, with the United States expressing frustration towards the Arab states and European governments. The shock from the oil price hike was more than just economic. It was a symptom of the energy crisis that was already brewing due to changes in the international oil industry and the waning dominance of the West. This war highlighted the power of oil as a geopolitical weapon. Arab states had effectively used it against the United States, showing the world the extent of their influence. Israel, on the other hand, had been dealing with energy insecurity even before the Yom Kippur War. No Arab state was willing to sell oil to Israel due to the ongoing Arab-Israeli conflict. This issue was compounded during the Suez Crisis in 1956 when the Straits of Tiran were closed, further affecting Israel's access to oil. In summary, the Yom Kippur War set off a domino effect that led to a global energy crisis. The blockade of the Bab al-Mandeb Strait by Egypt disrupted Israel's oil supply. OPEC's decision to raise oil prices and the subsequent embargo on oil sales to certain Western countries led to a doubling of oil prices. These events resulted in energy rationing in the West, a breakdown of Western unity, and highlighted the power of oil as a geopolitical weapon. Israel's energy insecurity was further highlighted, deepening the complexity of the Arab-Israeli conflict. This crisis underscored the fragility of global energy supplies and the profound impact of geopolitical decisions on the world's energy landscape.